More than 30 years ago, I made up my mind that someday I would build a library for my native town. Even back then I had chosen the place. It was on the spot where I spent my first penny, in Robert Moore's store for some licorice that I shared with my friends out in the street. Spending of millions today would not give me 1/10 the satisfaction that the spending of that penny afforded. Levi M. Stewart, 1899. In the years since his birth in 1827, Levi Merrick Stewart learned the value of hard work, honesty, and charity from his parents growing up in Corinna, Maine. Like so many young residents of the state in the mid-1800s, at the age of 29 he moved west to seek his fortune in Minneapolis, Minnesota. There he became a successful real estate lawyer and amassed a fortune as Minneapolis grew. A noted philanthropist, he commissioned the construction of the Stewart Library Building in Corinna as a memorial to his parents. The elegant brick building was completed in 1898. When the public library opened, it contained 3,000 books that Mr. Stewart had personally chosen and purchased. But that was not the end of his gifts to Corinna. Upon his death in 1910, he bequeathed to the town his entire personal library, over 6,000 volumes. At that time in Minneapolis, the collection was called the Pride of the Northwest. Known as the Levi M. Stewart Private Library, the books are still housed in the room that was renovated for the collection. The building remains much as it was when constructed, with a clock tower and belfry, high metal ceilings, and hardwood floors. The first floor houses the Corinna Town Office, the Stewart Free Library, and the private collection. The second floor is an auditorium with an elevated theatrical stage and room to seat about 200 people. The Stewart Library Building has been at the center of civic and cultural life in Corinna for over a century, as a place for learning, business, town government, community events, entertainment, and sports. The building has been the backdrop for significant events and celebrations in the community. As well as a setting for everyday life. A significant reduction in the local tax base has lessened the town's capacity to care for the building. The masonry has deteriorated, and use of the building has diminished, mostly because it does not have the modern accommodations that are expected in public facilities. A committee appointed by the selectmen of Corinna is now working to renovate and preserve the Stewart Library Building. The work will include repairs to the masonry and other elements of the exterior, upgrades to provide full accessibility including an elevator and safety code compliance, provisions for more efficient energy use, the preservation of historic content, and the expansion of existing programs to better serve the community. An endowment will be established to help the town maintain the building into the future. Use of the building will expand. The Stewart Library Building can regain its place at the center of civic and cultural life in the area. For more than 100 years, the people of Corinna have cared for this remarkable gift. That tradition will continue. Our children and theirs will learn the story this building tells of a successful man born in a small town who grew to value work, learning, integrity, and giving to others.